All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're out in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Hey, welcome to He's on Fire podcast, win number 62. Charles Barkley, Steve Nash, Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson, Amari, Sean Marion, and now Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton. Those are the mainstays that we had on those 62 win seasons, and we have another one brewing right before our eyes. But I wasn't worried about this game. Y'all were mad worried. I honestly had higher hopes for Suns fans, but after seeing the stuff that I saw on Twitter tonight, I'm amazed. Suns fans don't know their own brand of basketball. I have a lot to talk about in it. Fans has made me need to talk about them more than a team with 62 wins. I can't wait to get into it. He's on Fire podcast. Thanks for joining in, you guys.
Urkavici sets, rolls up, and it is caught! Down strong! Blitz coming, Matthews, Palmer extending the play, crosses the field, Larry Fitzgerald. There he scores, it's over! It's insane to the 4-yard line. Crowder looking, throws it, alley-oop, oh! He puts it down! They're getting a little wobbly. They're down for a shot, alley-oop! The foot race! They won't get him! Center field! The Diamondbacks are world
champions. But no matter 62 wins. Obviously, we're guaranteed the number one seed in the NBA. So I don't understand what everybody was freaking out about. I don't get it. But before I go on my rant, JJ, what's going on? I want to hear from you. What'd you think?
I wanted this win very badly, just because of narrative's sake and just clear mind. I thought we were going to come in and roll that team because they got blown out a couple of nights ago. I forget against who, but I was going in really positive, and I'm glad we pulled out the win. It was pretty sloppy the whole game. I'm glad Klay Thompson couldn't find like a rhythm, and Draymond Green was being like a crying bitch like usual. Same old. But I don't know what it is with Jordan Poole. He's like the Chris Middleton on this side of the country for us. Like he just can't miss a shot. Like I said, I'm glad we pulled this win out. Franchise time, 62 wins, and we still have 7 games left of the season. I am so happy that where this team is at right now, and I'm so glad to have Chris Paul back. I think the Defensive Player of the Year discussion's kind of been put to bed now. I think Mikhail has this on lock for the season, hopefully. But one of the ugliest games of the year, but I'm just glad that we pulled out.
I'm amazed that Suns fans don't recognize their brand of basketball at this point.
Oh, yeah, we weren't running shit. I just wanted to win.
Did anybody see one single setup from the elbow? Not one. That's our base offense. We literally ran ISO the whole time, went vanilla, and I dare say we even went 70% in this game. I'm honestly very concerned about Suns fans. I think I held them in higher regard than maybe I should have overall. But look, man, That team wanted to win and needs to win. They were going to play a little extra harder, especially against us. We didn't care, man. The Suns did not care about this game like they've cared about other games. That was apparent from the get-go. Completely apparent. It was a vanilla offense. It was a vanilla defense. They didn't even change up the defense until about 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And even then, it wasn't the defense that you'd want to be running. They were playing, I don't even know how much drop, and they weren't switching until, as I said, the 8th minute mark. And Booker and Ayton just didn't have it going. How many times has Ayton gone 8 for 14, or excuse me, 7 for 17? Book goes 5 for 21, and he still gets 22, man. Suns fan Randy in the house. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
I need to finish my rant real quick on Suns fans. The amount of BS that I saw on Twitter and Facebook and social media from Suns fans just talking ish about this game, I'm so concerned for y'all. I don't know why I want 63 wins too, just to have that record. But this game don't matter. This game does not matter. They were playing 100%. We were playing max 70%. And we still won. So please stop with the that was a bad game, or worse this or worse that. We need to do better. Like, no, Monty is playing chess. Y'all are the pawns right now. You got to understand that. If anybody remembers, we talked about it. Amit brought it up about a week or two ago. The last game against the Lakers last year, and they blew us out by like 20 or 30 points or something like that. We did the same thing. We didn't run one single set from our normal 52 base. Not one. And that happened tonight. So Suns fans, please, when you're watching the game from here on out for the rest of the season, do not watch with your heart. Watch with your brain. I've interacted with most of y'all on Twitter and on this podcast. I know you guys are smart. I know this. Watch if they do any action off of the elbow. And if they don't do anything for the first quarter, you know we're going vanilla and it's all ISO. All we did was run ISO, pick and roll, 4 out, 1 in. Sometimes we did 5 out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried, y'all. But don't overreact. And don't overreact when we have the number 1 seed. And that's all I'm going to say right now. Suns fan Randy in the building. He does not have that ugly Los Angeles Dodgers hat. We have bullied him to greatness. He's got the maroon Phillies. I dig the maroon for Arizona State. But what's going on, man? Welcome back. It's been a while.
What's going on, man? Yeah, so I'm kind of in the same boat as you, because I kind of recognize like they were doing a bare minimum tonight. It was just like, to me, it looked like just like a real ugly 24-hour fitness game. Like, especially in that first half, like you could tell, like once we started launching up a bunch of threes, like I knew like from the jump. But this is my gripe though with the game. Like my gripe with the game in the sense of Devin Booker and just respect around the league is that I feel like on games like this, like on national TV game, I know it's like towards the end of the game, like towards the end of the year. And like we're just kind of mailing it in at this point.
Yes.
But it's like it's games and performances like this on national TV that is unacceptable, especially if we're trying to argue for you, like, oh, like you're MVP. You can't go out there and give me 5 of 21.
But
22.
yeah, but he ain't.
I get it. I'm a diehard.
He was getting doubled and tripled like all night.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
100%. But he missed a lot of open looks. A lot of those were open.
Yeah,
like, especially that last one. With the pump fake,
him and DA, you know they weren't. They just their head just wasn't in the game. They just weren't. They were bobbling shit. They just
I haven't seen DA drop so many passes since like 2019. I was like, damn, like I remember like that
since he was in high school.
Like that used to really be an issue for him. Like, yo, like this is nuts.
But see, this comment, same with you and Bees. I love you, but he's not playing for the MVP. I promise you. Yeah. I promise you, maybe somewhere in the back of the mind, he'd be like, yeah, he's not playing for that. They're playing for something bigger. And do we really want to show our offense to them? Nah. If we potentially might play them in the second round. I think they're a better team than the Mavericks or the Jazz, looking like the Mavericks right now, right?
Right.
So do we really, really want to show them anything Think about that before anybody answers in the chat. Do you want to show a potential team anything when you've got the number 1 seed wrapped up and you're playing for nothing? You just throw the ball out there. Maybe you try a few new things. Just see what sticks. That's all.
I mean,
I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah, one thing that they did do though that like is concerned me because they showed like everything. They kind of exploited everything that it would take to beat us. Like what we struggle with. We struggle with teams that pick up CP3 full court. We struggle with teams that out rebound us. They out rebounded us tonight. We struggle with teams that can shoot the 3 well. Jordan Poole went crazy. They didn't shoot crazy as a team tonight, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like that first half, like it was almost like they couldn't miss. And then so I'm like, I knew one of those was gonna give like towards like the end of the game or whatever the case may be, but like they did like show a little concern for me just in a matchup standpoint. Like, okay, like even though like I think that we're still better than them, like they're gonna make it tough. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be a walk in the park as I was thinking.
I kind of knew how this game was going to go based off the first like 8 minutes of the game. Yeah. It was back and forth for like 6 to 12 points, and all of a sudden, like the Suns were playing really good defense. Like Clay couldn't get to his spots. Jordan Poole couldn't find any backdoor cuts. Gary Payton was kind of on lock. And they were just turnover after turnover from Golden State, and they just couldn't find a open shot. And then like after that happened, after the Suns went up by like 6 or 8, they took out Chris Paul, they took out Da, they threw in Biyombo, and then they threw in Shamet. So they had Shamet and Devin Booker in for the rest of the quarter. And I was like, oh, okay. So they want to build this lead and try to keep the lead for the rest of the game. We have plenty of opportunities after that to extend that lead. It just didn't happen. But like I said, it was an ugly game, but we pulled out with the win. So I can't really complain.
I want to give you all one stat. Assists. How many times have we seen like 38 assists, 35 assists or something like that through a game? We had 20 tonight.
Yeah.
That tells me we weren't running anything.
Yeah.
That stat alone. And the fact that we can roll the ball out, play ISO ball, not change defenses, shoot poorly, lose the rebounding battle, let somebody else go off on the other team means a whole hell of a lot to me. That means more than playing this perfect basketball game and showing the other team everything that they have.
Yeah, we can definitely add that to the list of things that this team can do. Like we can win, we can beat the refs, we can win ugly. You know what I'm saying? We could win injured. So it's just another thing for me watching. I was just like, yeah, just throw it in with the rest.
I will say I was surprised we got 30 free throws. I never thought in a million years we go in Golden State and we get 30 free throws. Them refs called it for us this game, and I'm not saying anything about the refs on that. That was except for the double tech. Did you guys like the double tech that they gave Draymond and Jay Crowder? Man, they're talking. Let it go, right?
Right.
Dude, Draymond should have got ejected after that fucking push. And then the Devin Booker foul at the end of the game, that rebound. Dude, that's how Golden State rebounds. Like they throw their body into you, like out of bounds. Like on the grand scheme of things, that play from Booker on the ball was a really dumb play, but that's literally how Golden State was grabbing rebounds that whole game. And then, it was just like inconsistency. It was the same ref from the Raptors game.
Yep.
And I was like, this motherfucker.
And he was so inconsistent from that game to this game, right, bro?
Oh yeah. It's basically a carryover. But yeah, I was surprised that we even got 30 free throws. But if I'm keeping it a buck with you, we should have had a lot more. Just the hand checking, and then like the 3 guys holding down DA's arms when he's trying to like just get the ball up. You know, it's like this is the stuff that's like grade school, dude. Like you need to call this stuff. And when Draymond can just like wham your elbow down and like push you Draymond has so much leeway, dude. It's ridiculous, but fuck Golden State. All right, someone else go. All right.
Yeah,
Randy, it's been a while since we've seen you. We missed last time we talked was that weird Sacramento game, I believe. And then we had like the Minnesota game, and there was another game in there plus this one. Was there a Lakers game or
the
something?
Denver?
I don't know. The Denver game. Yeah. So talk to me about those games and kind of tonight, all in 62 win. Just tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, so I think that as a team, like it's just 63 wins as we get closer to it. I feel like this team is just taking more and more of my heart in the sense of like statistically, this is the best team we've ever had as like Suns fans. So it's just like it's kind of hard for me to continue to debate like or hold on to those 07 or those 2010 teams or whatever the case may be. So it's just like, man, like they might just have it, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they can bring us a ring. So it's just like, man, like I might have to rearrange my list a little bit on that. But in some of the older, like I missed the Nugget game and I wish I hadn't because D-Book went off for 49. And that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't you do that on national TV, man? Like, drop 49 on ESPN, and then, like I said,
you ain't worried about you.
Yeah, clearly. But but the T-Wolves game, I was glad that CP3 didn't come back that game because that game was it was really chippy. Like that was really chippy. It was a whole lot of barking. Patrick Beverly doing Patrick Beverly things, like just fouling for no reason. Like it's just like, yo, like how long is he gonna get away with this? Like just, I remember it was a couple plays he went and just smacked campaign. And just like, you know what I'm saying? Just hit Book all crazy. So it was just, they went barking back and forth. So I was just like, I'm glad he didn't come back that game. And I'm glad CP3 came back and just looked like he hadn't missed a step. You know what I'm saying? He's go out there. And then tonight we needed him. And he showed for real, like his thumb is no problem really. Because he kind of took, Book didn't have it going. And then CP3 was like, all right, like I got this. And he scored like the last 6 or something like that and kind of put it away. And just, you know what I'm saying? So
and Mikhail Bridges had 22.
Yeah. Mikhail Bridges and Torrey Craig was my game MVPs tonight, especially Torrey Craig. Even though he didn't have a lot, he scored 6 and had 3 rebounds, but I feel like he was getting a whole lot of some 3 deflections. Like we went small ball with him at the 5, I think, and he was out there holding it down. So I was like, I think Torrey Craig and then Mikhail Bridges kind of went away towards the second half of the game, but I feel like those 2 people were the only ones that really kind of came out like to play today. So it was just like, and then Bismack kind of disappointed me tonight. I was like, I kind of took it up to like he hadn't played in like forever. So it was just like, yeah, I get it. Like, you know what I mean?
And everybody that's bitching right now, and I'm including you fools on here to a point. If y'all are worried about Devin Booker, this is what he did 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, after a basketball game, after an NBA game, he's out here working out.
And with Bismack, like how Golden State is built, that's kind of like the worst matchup possible to have Bismack out there because
hold up, bro. Here's something I just missed. Hold up, let me show this back.
Yeah.
Who's that on the ground? Those yellow shoes.
Yeah, Mikhail.
Mikhail's working out too. And you see somebody's foot or something on the far left or right over there. Right over here, you see it.
Yeah.
So you got a whole squad working out right now.
This team,
man. You don't see that. This team
is different, man. Built different. Just from top to bottom. Just different. Yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hard to keep like the Nash years and, you know what I'm saying, the 90s and KJ and all them is just like, damn, like they got it. Like Book, like we just never seen this before, especially like from the defensive side. That was the part that kind of took me back.
Defense
initially.
Is the
like,
biggest thing. Yeah.
I was like, yo, like we play defense. Like I've never seen like an elite Suns team that plays defense. Like this is nuts. DA.
Of course.
DA being crazy right now. But you know what? You can say what he wants. He had 16 boards tonight. I'd rather him get 16 boards than 16 points. I think reboundings are bigger Achilles heel for sure. And then you see campaign dancing. But there's Jay. There's Biz. I don't know what DA's doing.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Jay for kind of locking down Draymond tonight, dude. Like, Draymond's not like a score first guy, but like Draymond can shoot, you know, like he can shoot from on top of the, from the top. And, like he's usually open down in the paint and stuff. So Jay did a relatively good job containing him and his passes and stuff. And, he had a really good game, even though he didn't have like the best shooting night. Like no one had a good shooting night besides Mikhail.
Yeah.
But Jay did really good on the defensive side of things. And
Definitely
plus,
held it up.
to get him in foul trouble too. That helped a lot. So
I'm so impressed with this team. I am so impressed with this team. I'm legitimate. I feel sorry for people that were really upset about this game. We're coming up with all these excuses. I just wish you guys could see what I see and how vanilla this was. And that's okay. We'll get there, y'all.
I got
But,
a question, man. I got a question though.
Yeah.
wait till we get Cam Johnson back.
He's close. He was doubtful today, by the way. He was officially doubtful, then ruled out. So he's on the mend. He's coming soon.
Yeah, I hate to be like a Debbie Downer or downbeat Daryl, but how do you guys feel about Milwaukee? I know you seen that last night. I know you seen that Giannis block, and then like I said, I watch the finals a couple times a week, and it just really amazes me. Like I was just like, what the heck? Like Drew Holiday literally shut down Book and CP3 at the same time. Like at the same, like how does that even? How does one person guard two people and shut them down at the same time? Like, but I was just watching that. Yeah, I've been watching Milwaukee and just in like, let's do it. But like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie, especially after that block last night and just Giannis just being Giannis and they got Brook Lopez back. So how do you guys feel about it? Or you guys just out of sight, out of mind kind of thing?
I think JJ knows my answer.
Yeah, he's not worried. But so like I watched the game and stuff, and this is Philly that we're talking about. Embiid had a good game. Tyrese Maxey had a really good game. Tobias disappeared in the second half, and it's just typical James Harden, dude. He just threw up a bunch of bullshit that made a competitive game. So yeah, that break from James Harden landed perfectly in Embiid's lap. It was going to get probably blocked regardless. Giannis was right there, and I forget who else was down there. But that's just what Giannis does. Giannis kind of just proved, his point that if Booker's not going to win MVP for being the best player on the best team, like it should go to Giannis because this dude, like statistically, is one of the best guys in the league, probably the most valuable in the league, and then the best player on the best team in the East, But yeah, like this is Philly that we're talking about. Milwaukee's had a bunch of these games where they kind of like choke leads in the second half. I think it's just hangover from last year. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. A lot of people don't talk about them this season. I don't know why. They're still really good. But I'm obviously worried about Drew. I'm obviously worried about Chris, quote unquote, Air Jordan Middleton going off on us again. So, like, all these are in question and stuff. I'm going in confident. I'm hoping that we don't see Milwaukee in the finals. I hope it's like the Heat in a miraculous, like, I'm hoping for the best route possible for us. And it's a good story if we can beat literally every good team. I mean, that'd be a beautiful story. But if we get all easy comp, I'm not. Yeah,
I'm cool with that too. Like I'm 100% cool with that.
The Bucks are really good. Philly is flawed. We can keep it going. So
look, if you want to be the best team, you're gonna have to beat the best team. We're gonna have to beat the best team. And eventually, sometimes teams get hot in the playoffs. Yeah. And so whoever wins every single round, I don't want to face that team because they're hot. Their confidence is high, right? They just won a series in the NBA playoffs. So it comes down to matchups, man. It will 100% come down to matchups.
Yeah. So who do you guys want to see in the first round, or in the playoffs?
I want all the smoke. I want to play the best teams.
Yeah, he wants smoke. I'm cool with whoever.
Yeah, I'm on that boat.
Like I tweeted today, it's going to come down to the Clips and the Timberwolves we'll probably face. The Lakers are back in the plan, but they're probably not even going to make the playoffs. So I'd rather face the Clippers than the Wolves, honestly, just because of how chippy they are. T-Wolves have like at least 3 guys that can maybe drop 30 on you randomly, and if that happens consecutively, I'd rather not deal with that. But I think we can still beat the Wolves. With the Clips, Paul George is just coming back. He needs to get used to having Rocco on the team and some other characters. They don't have Ibaka anymore, so they're missing a defensive presence. They're not as good at defense as they were last year. So I'd rather take my chances with the Clippers again, and I think it would just be an easier series for us at the end of the day. Not as physical, so we're not coming out with a broken nose. And I'd rather not see Pat dead in the first round. So
yeah, I don't know, man.
I'd
rather go Wolves in the first round, only because I feel like the Wolves. I feel like if we, this is two things. I feel like I have my wish list for the playoffs. I wish that we win every single game one, just for my mental and my anxiety, just so it's just like I'm not like, damn, yeah.
Game
I wish
are a must,
every round, like we have to win game one. Like I don't care, like even if whatever the case, we have to win game one. But and then number two, I'd rather go with the Wolves, is just because like I feel like because you know how it goes in the playoffs. Like if you win a game, you feel like you can't lose another game. If you lose a game, you feel like you can't win another game. And I feel like I don't know if the Wolves are mentally strong enough or connected enough as a team to withstand that game one loss or like that loss. Because I feel like their team is kind of like, I feel like it'll be one of those. You ever play against a team or like play against another like at the park or whatever, and it's just like two teammates that you're playing against are arguing, then it's just like, oh yeah, this is barbecue. Like you know what I'm saying? They're already fighting with each other. Yeah, so it's just like, oh yeah, this is barbecue. So all we got to do is just put the ball in the hole and they gonna do the rest for us pretty much. So I feel like it'll be a lot of that with Minnesota, but like you said, I don't know. I don't want to see the Clippers because I don't want to go into another chess match. I don't want to go into a Monty Tyronn Lue chess match again. Because, I didn't
even think of Ty Lue. Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like people don't give him his respect. Like, that series we had against him was just, like, some of the most, like, it was, like, some of the most strategic stuff ever. Because it was just, like, you never knew what Tyronn Lue was going to do. Like, he'll go all small. He'll go all big. He'll, you know what I'm saying, throw a bunch of wings out there. He'll, you know what I'm saying? It was just, like, every single game in that series was different. And it was just, like, it was throwing us off. Like, and you can, I don't know if it was not having CP3 or if it was because like just the inexperience of the playoffs, but it was just like, it was definitely took us, you know what I'm saying, for a turn. And I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I'm ready for any team. I don't care. I don't care who it is. I don't care who we play. I don't care who wins. And if we're a team of destiny, it is not going to matter who we play.
Yeah. I mean, it is true.
Yeah, that's true.
2014 San Antonio vibes, huh?
And I think we all believe in this team.
I don't think
any of you should be afraid of anybody. I think whatever is thrown their way, they can counter. I truly, truly believe that at the bottom of my heart. The way that this team has fought every single game and has gone down, then come back and win, how they've blown team outs, how they've won in so many different ways in the brand of basketball that they play, the ball movement, how they get tipped balls, how they do everything almost perfect minute to minute. I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm afraid of playing Milwaukee just because I have post-traumatic stress.
Rightfully so. Yeah.
But I want to play them again and get that revenge. I wanted revenge on them last year for getting Lou Alcindor in the 67 coin toss. You understand? That's how petty I am. I'm just as petty as Devin Booker, y'all. Yeah. And I think they want that challenge again. I don't think Brook Lopez is a shell of what he was last year when they were humming. Again, there is no PJ Tucker. This team did look different the two times we played them. We almost beat them without Chris Paul. I'm not worried. I'm not. I'm confident. I'm not cocky. I'm confident. I have faith. I believe in Monty. I believe in. I could keep going. Why I'm so invested in this team.
And like I said, I don't know.
And I'm gonna say this: we've been blowing a lot of smoke at just about every team we've played. All of us here, including Amit. And we've been saying we are the best team in the league. If we're the best team in the league, bring on any challenge. Hey. Mike, drop.
You can't argue with that one. So let me ask you this then. So out of the MVP or like the coach of the year, defensive player of the year, which one of those like is gonna hurt the most if we don't get like? Is it gonna hurt the most if Monty doesn't get Coach of the Year? Is it gonna hurt the most if Mikhail Bridges doesn't get Defensive Player of the
I would
Year?
say Monty.
Monty.
Probably the Monty, but like
Monty,
I don't know.
Mikhail, then Devin in that order for me.
Okay.
I feel like the media is going to give Marcus Smart the Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know why. I keep on seeing his name in the Vegas odds and stuff. I'm like, dude, I swear to God, if he wins it, okay. The stretch that Boston is on is fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
Great turnaround. Okay, there is no reason why Tatum should be above Booker in the MVP race or Marcus Smart being number one in Defensive Player of the Year when it comes to bets. There's absolutely no reason, because the second half of their season was nothing but mediocre teams. I know everybody plays the same teams X amount of times, but they went on a good stretch. They stayed hot, and Jaylen Brown actually was playing competent basketball for a long stretch. He's one of the most inconsistent guys in the league. He can be like Paul George, or he can be like George Paul. I don't. So, and like, but yeah, to answer your question, probably the Monty one. But there's a amongst peers one, and then there's a media one. Monty has to win one of those. I really don't care which one, but Booker, in my opinion, not Booker, Mikhail, in my opinion, he should win Defensive Player of the Year. Bias aside, dude's been locking down everybody.
Yep.
So, like Andrew Wiggins, he had a quiet. I forget how many points he had, but it was mostly off free throws. But Mikhail locked him down. James Harden locked down. Steph Curry in the beginning of the season locked down twice. He's locked down just about everybody. He's playing the most minutes out of everybody in the league. He has one of the best defensive ratings amongst his position. He definitely deserves to be the Defensive Player of the Year. If it's Marcus Smart, I'm gonna go on a tangent, but
Man,
most likely Booker's not gonna win the MVP. So
we all know that they're gonna continue to disrespect Book for whatever reason. And I guess I can talk to you about that because I missed kind of that whole convo. But my thing is, I feel like I'll be more hurt if Mikhail didn't get it, just because I think Monty Williams should win Coach of the Year. But I think it was more like, to me, I felt it in my heart more last year, because I feel like Monty has just put a system in place to where it's just like almost self-sustainable now. You know what I'm saying? It seems like he just like everybody kind of knows it's not a whole lot of real like strategic coaching really going on like it was last year, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because he was implementing like the culture and just all this other stuff, the defense and the 0.5 offense and all this other stuff. So I feel like he did a lot more coaching. I could be wrong. You could tell me if I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I feel like he did a lot more coaching last year than he did this year, just in my opinion. And I do think that it's a couple other coaches around the league, I feel like, kind of get it. Like, I don't know about the guy in Memphis. I kind of like Buddy in Cleveland, but they just falling apart over there. And I do like Nick Nurse just because like he literally has just a bunch of G League players over there in Toronto. And
oh man, I love me some Nick Nurse. I'm not gonna lie, he's easily a top 5.
Nurse is a very
top
underrated
5 coach.
Yeah.
I love Nick Nurse. No, I would say he's properly rated. Everybody was singing his praises when they won and had Kawhi and all that going on, and then they lose Kawhi, they lose Kyle Lowry, and you kind of get gutted a little bit. So what they've done is incredible, and they're the best offensive rebounding team and block shots team. So good. I love me some Nick Nurse. I can't get over this team. I can't get over it. I'm just still amazed that I'm still seeing people on Twitter upset about some things. Like, if you can't enjoy this victory on the road in Golden State, playing vanilla everything and getting our 60-second win, man, leave. Go. We don't need you. Like you're never gonna be happy then. You're never gonna be happy. Like,
Suns fans. We were awful in just about everything. Shooting efficiency.
What's up, Yoel?
Defensive rating, just overall defense. We were leaving people wide open. Look how many layups Golden State missed. And we got out-rebounded on the offensive end and on the defensive side. and but we still ended up winning. I'm confident. There's always that doubt in my head. I'm a doubtful person, but I'm very confident with this team. Like I was 40% confident going in last year just because I didn't know.
Right.
We've transferred over to this year, and this team is a million times better. I feel like if JaVale was actually here, not him necessarily putting up points, it's just that presence in the key, Gary Payton wouldn't have got all those backdoor cuts, or Jordan Poole. I feel like this could have been a 10 to 12 point win if we just had not Biyombo. In the paint.
Thank you for bringing him up again. I agree with you, and I agree with Randy. Alonzo knows what's up. What's going on, bro? Thanks for coming in. One of my favorite follows and people in the chat. I agree. I was really disappointed in what Biz brought to the game tonight. Even though I know we were playing vanilla everything, I just was surprised. But did you guys see the body language of Chris Paul and Devin Booker after Chris Paul hit that last shot to go up 3? They just went over to the sideline. He just did something like that, and Devin Booker did his laughing face. It just looked like they were goofing around this game, and they still won.
Right.
I saw Mikhail just
shit. They were around and they won.
Then Jay and Draymond were chipping after the game and stuff. I'm like, man, fuck Draymond, dude. I like his podcast. I like his podcast. I like him outside of basketball, dude. But dude, I cannot stand this guy on the court, dude.
Yeah, he was all over today, just everywhere.
That travel proves it.
I want to shout out to the United States men's national team for making it and qualifying to the World Cup in Qatar.
Come back.
That's going to be a lot of fun come November, I think. A little bit different this year. A lot of it due to COVID because they usually play in June or something. But man, in 6-7 months, we're going to get some World Cup soccer, football. That was awesome to watch. They went down 1-0 at the 50th minute and then 2-0. And I was like, okay. I mean, y'all can lose by 5 and still win, but okay, come on, let's go. And then they pull it together to win. Getting a 0-0 tie in Azteca in Mexico was huge. And then a 5-1 victory on Sunday against Panama. And that just opened it up for this team. So shout out to them. 100%. They released every single player that was on that letdown of a team in 2017, I believe, or 18.
Yeah, I think it was 18.
And they just brought back a bunch of young dudes that just want to go out there and ball. And they got better and better and better. So USA going to the tourney. But usually we get the bracket of death or the region of death. So I'm sure we're going to get the hardest region and we'll see what happens. But these are young guys that don't know any better. I'm stoked for them. So also, did you guys hear that Cardinals news today? Did you hear about that?
What Cardinals news? Yeah. I was like, did I miss something?
Yeah. JJ Watt posting Kyler Murray on his Insta. I think that was about it.
We signed Will Hernandez, that guard, so we have a new right guard. And I like that signing. I'm not gonna lie, I do like the 3 signings they've done. It's good depth stuff, but there ain't nothing else. And just feels like that they're either gonna be all in on Julio Jones or AJ Green or the NFL draft at this point. Hopefully it's the draft and they trade up, man. I want them to trade up to get a top 10 receiver, but I don't know if they have the capital to be able to do it because you don't want to give up a first round pick next year unless you think a Drake London or something like that is that dude. In which case, I'm totally fine for it. And then you have a receiver growing with Kyler Murray, but we're not here to talk about them. We're here to talk about the Phoenix Suns and 62 wins.
This is my house, and I did not invite you.
Us to the NBA.
Right.
And y'all, don't be afraid. Both of you guys, don't be afraid of any teams. You guys know we're good. You've seen it. We've talked about it. You guys know it. Randy,
it's different when you actually
what
there.
This Suns team is. Come on, man. You know
it's
what
different when you actually there. It's different when you actually there because it's this is what you envision, but then when you actually do it, it's like, man, this is nuts. We're really doing it.
We haven't been here before, right? So yeah,
Right,
I get
like
that.
you got
This
down
is
on one
Arizona
knee.
sports, man. Dude.
Definitely
Like,
got down on one knee and asked her to marry you, and then it's like, dang, now you sitting in the bathroom getting dressed for the wedding. It's like, oh man, this is
You're
really
like, I'm
going
really
down.
doing
This
this
is
shit.
nuts. This
But
is
it's
nuts.
I've never seen a full team work out together after a game. Like, it's
Right.
clear that they want to prove and outwork the opponent.
100%.
How about that as a narrative? We're going to work out after the game and continue to outwork the opponent. How about that?
How did you guys feel? Because I didn't get to talk or ask you guys about it, but how did you guys feel about that MVP stuff? And then I guess I could let you know a little bit of how I felt about it.
I love it.
I love it.
Oh, okay. I'll just give you a brief synopsis of what we went over the other day. So basically, like, the criteria for until like 2017 when Russ won it was the best player on the best team, and that should definitely be the narrative, I think, because I think that's the best way to keep it as not because I'm a Suns fan and I want to see Booker win the MVP. I mean, obviously I do, but that just takes away from, you know, like all the great players throughout the years that should have won it just about every year, or just multiple years. Like LeBron should have at least 2 to 3 more. MJ should have at least 2 to 3 more. Kobe, he was shorting off like 2, and then now Giannis is getting kind of like the LeBron treatment that LeBron got like his whole career. They're like, yeah, you're good, and you know you manage everything, and
whatever numbers you put up is good enough.
Yeah, LeBron, you're doing great. You're scoring. You're carrying the team. You're doing this. You're doing that. But we're gonna give it to some subpar fucking guy that is keeping their team in like 5th place, probably first round exit, whatever. So
Can y'all hear the audio or no?
No.
When Book got done with what he did real quick, he said, "Winners work, baby. Winners work."
There it is.
This team, bro. But so like in all of our opinions, Booker should be the MVP. Like for Giannis to win it a couple years ago, he absolutely deserved it. He should. Like in my opinion, it was Chris Paul and Giannis last year for MVP. Jokic won it. I mean, I had problems with it. You know, it's whatever. Like media loves European white guys in the NBA. They'll throw everything at them. But
Yeah,
like
that shit was nuts.
basically the general consensus is that Booker should be at least in the conversation. He's probably not going to win it, but if you're going to give it to somebody, give it to somebody like a Giannis that's actually putting up the numbers with being the most valuable guy in the league, the most profitable guy, and you know he's just a dominant force. So if you're going to give it to not Devin Booker, give it to Giannis. So
My thing on it, my whole thing was like, I get it. Like, yes, I think that Book is obviously, I think that Book should be MVP. But like, my thing was like, why do we care so much? In the sense, only because how many FUs does the league have to give us or remind us about Devin Booker, or like just in general? Like, did we not forget? Like, literally, Devin Booker dropped 47 and put the Lakers out of the playoffs, and Chris Baines is asking him about a double team in the summertime. Like, you know, did we forget it? Like, we can't even get him to start in the All-Star game, but now all of a sudden everybody's in an uproar, like, oh, like this disrespect, like it's something brand new. Like all of a sudden D-Book is like upset, like, oh, this disrespect. It's like they've been disrespecting for the last 8 years. Like, I get it. Like now it's like more like blatant. Like it's not more like smoke and mirrors. It's just like, yo, like we don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I don't understand like why he gets so upset, or like why we get so upset about it. Cause it's just like, I feel like Monty, I feel like he answered it perfectly when he was like, yo, when I didn't get it last year and I seen the reaction to everybody else, he was like, that was enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as long as Book gets the validation from us, the organization and stuff like that, I feel like that should be enough. Because like I said, they, you know what I'm saying? They continuously ask you about double team. They bring up that like the first time he really got any airtime on ESPN this year was because a mascot was doing some dumb stuff behind him. So it's just like he doesn't get no respect for whatever reason. I don't know what hand he didn't shake. I don't know who he pissed off or whatever the case may be. But it's just like I just didn't understand why is everybody like so upset about, or like why is this like a brand new thing to everybody? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree with everything that you guys are saying, and I've followed this team. I've read all the articles. I've read the quotes. I feel like I'm a part of the team now, to the point where like I don't care. I know that they're not going to give love, and I don't care anymore. I don't care what another fan base says about ABC player. I don't care about what this person says about injuries. I don't care what Dr. Guru on Twitter says about whatever trash thing he wants to tweet. This season don't count, blah, 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 blah. You know, I just care about a championship, man. And I like that this team is becoming the team that people hate. Because to get where we need to go, I think we had to do that.
You think so?
Absolutely. You ain't gonna get there by being liked.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen, but are we there yet? Or is it a little bit too?
People hate us, dude.
People hate us, Randy.
Dude, people hate us.
Don't say that.
Every game, you
My
saw
phone's been blowing up, dude.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Bones
man.
Highland was going off. You saw them tonight, dude. Everybody's coming for us. They want to beat us. They know we're the best. They know. And the thing about it is, going back to the Devin Booker thing,
Warriors fans.
Devin Booker is your favorite player's favorite player.
Dame today, Kyrie a couple days ago, Ja a couple days ago. Like
Bron said it when he exited.
Hero.
Yeah, he is your favorite player's favorite player.
And
everybody in the league
went
knows
over NBA casuals.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, JJ. That's what I'm saying. Like, this team has nothing to prove to the fans. They have nothing to prove. They don't have anything to prove to the players even too. They know how good they are. They just got things that they need to prove to themselves, and then they're creating those little narratives in their head.
Like Jordan.
Like Kobe. But it's the whole team. The whole team has Mamba mentality, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to outwork the opponents after the game. And Devin Booker is your favorite player's favorite player.
So yeah, like I said, I wish
I got nothing but love for this team and confidence.
Yeah,
join me, you guys. It's better on this side of things. Let me tell you.
Oh no, I'm with you, but I'm the optimistic guy. That's my role.
Maybe if we can get
pessimistic.
Maybe if we can get 68, I might hop over there. What do you think that the new guy's going to do? How do you pronounce it? His last name Lundberg. I was hoping that we blow out the Warriors tonight just so we can see him play.
Just get him acclimated to the game, and we'll throw him in. I'm really curious about that last game against Sacramento. Now we're gonna get a big dose of him because we're not all the starters and nobody really gonna be playing. So
is he officially signed to the team?
Yeah, officially.
I heard he couldn't play. I heard he couldn't play in the playoffs though. Like I heard that he didn't.
Can't.
I have no idea. As long as they sign Ish, they just need to sign him for the remainder of the year. I bet you they do. Thank God. I was really not wanting to see any more Abdel Nader, so thank God they went that route.
I thought that they were gonna let go Elfrid Payton. I was like, okay, when FA came in, I was like, all right, like Elfrid Payton must be out on his way
and
out the league.
And I'm looking at the comments of that video that I shared, and it's nothing but fans just laughing at them still. This is what I'm saying. Like, they could do everything right, and it won't matter. And I'm here for it. Be the villain. Fuck everybody else, man. You know? I hated Jordan when he beat us. I hated the Spurs when they beat us. I hated the Bucks when they beat us. The Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you win, you're gonna get hate. How much did y'all hate the Warriors when they were doing their thing? How much did y'all hate Kobe when he was doing his
I'm
thing?
a LeBron fan. That was
so like, yeah, but
that was a hard
lot
time,
of people were hating. So many people were hating on LeBron, mainly Kobe fans when LeBron won.
Oh yeah,
right.
Come on, we hate Bama, we hate the Yankees. When you win, this is gonna happen. So the fact that we have so many haters just makes it so much more legitimate to me.
Dang, that's crazy. So we're doing the Dark Knight. We've lived long enough to see ourselves become the villain, huh?
Well, when was the last time everybody loved the team that won? Maybe the Raptors,
Maybe
because they took down the
Slayed
Ming
Dragon,
Dynasty.
really.
Yeah, and I thought that could have been us. I thought that could have been us last year. Like we're the the you know what I'm saying, happy-go-lucky team where everybody can root for because Monty is a good person. He makes good speeches, and I was like, all right, like maybe we could just keep riding that wave. But I knew that this day was coming, just not so soon, just not right now.
I got y'all. I'm on cloud nine with this team. I want y'all to join this ride. Don't worry about the haters. You know, I'll also go on Twitter and I'll defend the players like left and right. But anybody tries to talk down about this team, they don't know ball.
Yeah, that's really what it is. What D-Book say, you can't talk ball with everybody. That
Can't
lady
talk
made me
ball
mad.
with everybody.
Yeah.
Can't even talk ball with Suns fans nowadays. Good God.
You think so? No,
You ever
I feel
gone
like everybody.
You ever gone on
Twitter?
Facebook Suns Facebook pages?
Facebook Suns is bad.
Oh Lord.
Straight
The
everybody.
cesspool.
Straight everybody. Nah, I guess not.
Almost as bad as when Roy's on here saying we need to sign Dwayne Bacon. Love you, Roy.
He's been on Dwayne Bacon for 2.5 years now.
Hey, but check this out. Today's Wednesday, right?
Right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Season's over in 11 days.
It's about to get real. It's about to get real.
And we'll either play the following Saturday or the following Sunday after the playing games, which I believe is like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, or Tuesday, Thursday, something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's about to get real. And the way that this team performed tonight and got the W with that vanilla stuff, I can't say enough about it. I think it's so much of a positive. Yeah, because of the growth that we had from that Lakers game last year to this game.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how we performed in that game and how we performed in this game. Very similar, right? Yeah, granted, Golden State missed a whole bunch of bunnies. I still think we would have come out victorious regardless.
Right.
But, like, that growth itself, like, go out, play YMCA basketball, and have fun. And we got blown out by like 26, 36 points or something last year, and this year we win. Look at the positives. What did Book say when CP went out? Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty in this.
We found our identity.
We have
without
more
CP3.
We have so many identities.
we have so many
different
ways.
And I'm looking forward to playing the Warriors and going small ball or the Jazz. I'm looking forward to playing the big guys and having to play Biz and JaVale along with Ayton or something. I'm looking forward to all of it. I just feel confident.
When did you hit Cloud9? Was it tonight or was it a couple of games prior?
Good question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I would say like the Kings game. Like the Kings game. If I was on Cloud9, I would say like the Kings game because I was like, that was a game for me where I was just like, we've done everything this season. We've dealt with injuries. We beat the refs. We did X, Y, and Z. We, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we hit everything and we just like, all right, now playoffs.
That's weird.
Playoffs.
It's really weird to say that, but I think you might be right. Having Shamet drop that 3 to go up 3. And having the backups win that game. And then I think like
better.
Yeah, dude. The Minnesota game, the next game, and how that all went down. And then Denver on a back-to-back, and then beating Philadelphia.
Yeah, we can win
those
physical.
It just felt like Cool Whip, cherry, sprinkles. And tonight's game was like on the silver platter.
So I have 3 games actually. So the first Bucks meetup that we had this season,
right before the All-Star break when we blew them out.
Blew them out.
Buddy.
Yeah. So that one was really good. I'm like, okay, we're in a good space at least. All right. Then the second Bucks meetup where Booker wasn't in, Chris Paul wasn't in, and they barely won. They won in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Insane, right? But what really sealed it for me was that Miami Heat game, and we just locked them down.
Devin
for
Booker
a full
flew over just for that
half.
game, and yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
Like,
That was a
they
good one.
didn't get a lick of any offense going in that whole second half, and just completely. I've never seen a team get shut down like that before.
Yeah,
Like,
we shut them
as
down.
far as I know. But yeah, that game was kind of like something's happening this year. I feel it. And then tonight, it was a rough game, but like you said, silver platter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Look.
missing out on that Knicks game. That Knicks game was crazy too.
The Knicks game was just like a fuck
Kings
you. I
and
hate the
Knicks.
Knicks, bro.
Yeah, that was just a game I just wanted to win. I don't know if that did anything for like my confidence or lower it. I just hate the Knicks.
I
For
can't
no reason,
stand
'cause they've been
Randall.
good my
I can't
whole
stand
life.
the organization. They did Jeremy Lin wrong. It's a bunch of stuff.
That was awesome to see Cam Johnson, and I really feel like he's going to be back either Friday's game or Sunday's game. But I want to talk Memphis real quick.
All right.
I don't. Dude, rest everybody. Don't even if you play like the first quarter, then throw in Ife. I don't want to show them anything. On the other side of it, part of me wants to show everything to them and be like, look, y'all can't F with us.
Yeah.
We're going to win by 18, but that sets a dangerous precedence. Then you really piss off that team. You show more on them. That's a dangerous precedent. So we're going to see I think we're going to see every game like this towards the end. Maybe like the Clippers game with Chris Paul or with Paul George being back. We might throw a game or here too, just to make sure that we're clicking,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't expect 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 games left. I don't expect us to do. Do you guys even expect us to do anything? I don't.
Nah, I kind of want to beat Memphis only because, like, I just don't want to be a part of the. I just don't want to be a part of like Memphis post game. Like, I don't know if you ever watch like whenever they go talk, like it's always like a big thing. Like they throw water on each other, they slap each other on the top of the head. Like I just don't want to be the victim of that. Like or maybe it could be fuel.
Let us be the victim of that. That's poking that bear, yo. Let us be the fuel for that fire. Yeah.
But one thing about Memphis, though, I will say, even though I think that they're a good regular season team, I'm not necessarily worried about Memphis in the playoffs, only because I was having this debate yesterday, is that I feel like they are a fast-paced team that gets a lot of their points off of fast breaks, deflections, just defensive stops and stuff like that, and offensive rebounds, and they lead the league, I think, as a team in offensive rebounds. And I don't think that that's going to be sustainable against us, just because we don't make a lot of mistakes. We make it every shot, especially in the playoffs, is going to be a good shot or a great shot. And then on top of that, like, like they don't have any like shooting really like that outside of Desmond Bane. Anybody that shoots a three that's not named Desmond Bane is with us. You know what I mean? Like I was looking up their 3-ball percentages, and like a lot of them, Jaren Jackson is in the low 30s, like 32. And I think Desmond Bane is the only one. I think he's like shooting at 44 or like 41 or something like that. So I was just like, I don't think with the lack of shooting, and then on top of that, like just the lack of mistakes that we make and how the game is slower in the playoffs, like, I don't think that Memphis is going to be a good playoff team, but we shall see.
That's fair. I completely agree. I've been saying that. That's why I'm not afraid of anybody. That's why I'm not afraid.
Just to add on to you, Randy. Yeah, you're 100% right. But the thing with Memphis too is the fast break and the high, the high speed offense that they have, and in the playoffs. I mean, anybody can tell you the game slows down. Guys are playing at their own speed. Chris Paul's one of the best players in the league when it comes to controlling the game and the pace of everything. So you take that high speed offense out of Memphis in the playoffs against like a competent, playoff team. It's gonna be rough, because like you said, that outside shooting isn't the best, but their interior scoring is pretty good. Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, their backup point guard, I always forget his name.
That's slow, man.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Tyus. Yeah. Yeah, Tyus is
It
solid.
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what your name
But
is.
like, I think there's just a lot of things that you can throw at the Memphis like interior offense. Steven Adams is a monster of a human being, but if you throw JaVale and Aiden at him, it's going to be a rough night.
And Biz,
So
you even throw Biz
and
out there
Biz.
for like 3 to 5 minutes, right? Just rough him up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they're a really good team. I think they will at least make it to the second round. I think they're going to breeze through the first round, no problem, whoever they get. But it's just when it comes down to pacing, it affects so much of how you play. And like we ran into that problem when we went against the Clippers. We were basically breezing through the playoffs really until we got to the Clippers, and then when Reggie Jackson and Paul George were practically controlling the tempo, it kind of threw us for a loop a little bit, So like it took a lot of messy turnovers from Paul George, caused by Torrey Craig, and then Aiden's defensive presence to put that extra pep in our step when it came to the offensive side of things. So I think Memphis is going to be really good in the playoffs, but it's going to be rough after the first round for them.
100%.
I don't care who we play. In fact, no, y'all write this down, take a picture, whatever. Bookmark it. Suns are going to win the NBA Finals in 5 games.
Oof, I'm going to be on the first end smoking the Phoenix.
Just like the Spurs in 2014.
Yeah, that's a vibe we're getting. Like we're on a vengeance tour. Like just we got embarrassed. Now we got to go back and go.
That's all we can do. It's either finals or bust, man.
Do you think that potentially? I don't want to jump the gun too much because I just be in my own head sometimes. But do you see a back-to-back? Do you see a back-to-back potentially? If we could, I don't know if we can get to DeAndre Ayton.
He's heating up.
Like
could you see a back-to-back? I was thinking about this a couple of days actually.
We've all been thinking it. I'm just gonna say it out loud.
I just want one.
So I just want one, right? But I was thinking, I'm like, okay, we got to the finals. We came like 2 wins away from securing that whole thing, and what it took was a performance from a NBA superstar, going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. It took a all-time performance to beat the Suns team and prevent them from.
It took one player shooting 25 free throws a game.
Yeah. If you want to bring it down to that, which I usually do, but So I have a good feeling we're gonna be coasting through the playoffs. I think we're gonna make it to the finals, and I'm pretty sure we'll win. And what I was thinking about, I'm like, dude, we can for sure, if we keep this up, we can have at least the West just secured for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Then I'll be like, all right, we're the villains. But go ahead.
And
this team could be a dynasty, dude. There hasn't been many dynasties in the NBA. Like this team could be a real dynasty. Like the Warriors, depending who you ask, were barely a dynasty or borderline dynasty.
And the thing that you got to think about too is that when you're winning at this level, those big name players will come to you to play for basically free too. Yeah. So what kind of high quality free agents can you add? Does Cam Johnson and Mikhail and DA and Booker for that matter continue to get even better? What does that look like? Can we continue to add a draft pick here or there that can actually come in and do something? I mean, we got Aaron Holiday for another year. We still got Campaign for another. The possibilities are out there. I guarantee you after next season, a guy like De'Aaron Fox, DeJounte Murray, SGA, they're going to be fed up with losing. It's only natural. It's only natural. Dame stayed because they were making the playoffs. They were a winning team. I don't know. Winning 32 to 35 games a year isn't, the coolest thing when you're in San Antonio and Sacramento and Oklahoma City's not even going to make 30 wins this year. So you never know. You never know. But why not?
Yeah. And I got this feeling in my gut like for whatever reason, like the Suns, like we always get super old point guards that are still good, but I got this feeling in my gut that I feel like we can get an old Dame Lillard. Like I feel like
Oh,
in
I
my
thought you were
gut,
gonna
like
say like Rajon Rondo. God.
no, hell
No,
no.
he's more than old.
Nah,
Yeah,
we could get an
yeah.
old Dame Lillard. Like I can see it. Like he loves this team. He loves the Suns. He loves Devin Booker, and I could
He's on
see like an old
he'd be on a mission, and there's another dude with his chip on his shoulder.
yeah. Like say Portland disrespects him and doesn't want to give him a certain amount of money. Like and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I can see us giving him some bread and him coming here. I can see
I mean, I could see Lonzo Ball too.
it.
No, not Lonzo. I'm sorry, I meant his brother.
LaMelo.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I got so mad that draft because I was like, Lonzo, oh man, we can get him. And then his dad was like, yeah, no, he's not going nowhere but LA. I was just like, man.
But that's another player I could see coming in when the contract going up, being like, no, I want to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. I can see
And
it.
that's kind of what I'm looking at. So possibilities are endless. All that matters. Yeah, DeJounte Murray or SGA, either one of those two.
I'll take HGA. But yeah.
I'd take either one of them. I think they're both studs. But personally, I would take SGA for sure. But both of them would fit the mold, and they'd be perfect for us. So, look, man, 62 wins is nothing to slack at. Being mad over a game you win when you're not doing anything is not something to be mad at. I just want Suns fans to be in a celebratory mode. Yeah. Celebrate what does Monty say? Celebrate everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think Monty's got the right perspective. A lot of teams are like, you need to act like you've been there before, yada, yada, yada. Well, I think Monty's got a good perspective on life considering what he's been through.
Right.
Celebrate your accomplishments in life, even if you do it over and over again. It's hard. 62 wins 3 times. And how many years have we been a franchise, right? 62 wins has only been happened twice, now 3 times. And we've got 6 more chances to become the best team in Phoenix Suns history. So,
quick question though, before we get out of here. Like, it's a sidebar, like completely like off the wall. But I was having this debate earlier. I just want you guys to, I don't know, give me confirmation.
With your brother, I'm guessing?
No. It was in a group chat it was about football. So who's better? Jay Herbo, Justin Herbert, or Lamar Jackson?
Herb.
I'll take Herb's arm.
What? Why?
I'll take Herb.
Why?
Lamar, when it comes to health, he can't really throw the ball like past 60 yards. I don't think he's a scheme guy. I just see more flaws in Lamar than I do Herbert.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I like Jay Herbo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that Jay Herbo is definitely up next, but I think that probably like in the long run, like maybe Jay Herbo. Like I think that talent wise, just being able to make certain passes, of course. But I don't know. I feel like if you give Lamar Jackson, it was like this Ravens team, that Ravens team, literally like everybody and their grandma was hurt, and they still did a little bit of something. You know what I mean? And then Lamar Jackson stepped it up a little bit in his passing and stuff like that. And then in his second year in the league, he led the league in passing touchdowns too, and he won MVP. So it's just like I don't know if.
I mean, I don't think there's either of them are a bad player by any means. I also am trying to remember when the Ravens had a dynamic offense, like ever.
Yeah, and so he's doing the Hollywood. Yeah, he's doing the scrubs and maybe Mark Andrews, but
I mean, Anquan Bolden was there for a minute, even with Flacco. And Steve Smith, I think that was their best offensive unit that they had in a long time. I mean, you look back in the days when they had Dilfer as quarterback, he was throwing the Quadre Ishmael, They did have Jamal Lewis in the backfield, and he was a beast. I mean, they had Ray back in the day until he, decided to snap somebody. So, I mean, like, their backfield's always been legit, and that's been their strength. Todd Heap for a while, Mark Andrews now. Don't sleep on Mark Andrews from the Valley as well. But I just think that maybe it's John Harbaugh, maybe it's their front office. They just don't put the stock into offensive players like they do defensive players overall, in my opinion. The line has always been sturdy. The running back has always been sturdy. The tight end. but the skill positions have been lackluster to say the least, and I think that plays a part of it. Whereas Herbert, he's got playmakers, man. He's got Keenan Allen.
So you're saying just because he has more people in position, the Chargers put him in a better position to be better. Okay.
And I think that matters. I think that's very important.
In football, that matters.
It's like putting Hassan Reddick on inside linebacker and then releasing him to outside, and he gets 15 sacks or something like that.
Right.
So I think that absolutely matters. So it's probably scheme and stuff too, and maybe he doesn't check down enough. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. When Hollywood Brown was a rookie and he was going over the top, Lamar Jackson was hitting him in stride every damn time.
And just to add to it and stuff, I like Herbert came in being a backup to who was it? Teddy?
Was it Teddy? Who was over there?
Who was it?
It wasn't
the syringe in the chest.
It wasn't Rivers.
It might have been Tyrod Taylor.
Taylor. That's who it was.
Tyrod Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came in being a backup. People already liked him. He was already a prospect, whatever. And Herbert was able to, do a lot with a lot less. Lamar, he's been given a good amount of
same thing. He had Joe. He took over for Joe Flacco, and the only year Lamar Jackson's missed the playoffs is this year.
Scheme.
It was an injury thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely an injury thing. And Lamar's definitely the cookie cutter quarterback you kind of want in today's age. But I think Herbert is going to be another Brady, Brady caliber, level of throwing.
No good.
I'm not saying
talking about Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's not going to have the accolades, I don't think, but he's going to have the arm and field vision as Brady. Just give him 3-4 years, and he's going to be a menace.
So who do you trust coming down fourth quarter? They need a drive. Who are you giving the ball? I've seen Herbert.
Derek Carr.
Fuck Derek Carr. That's a good question. Just how.
I feel like Lamar's a winner. I feel like Lamar's a winner, man. I feel like he does it. We see it time and time. Herbert does it too. I'm not trying to take away from Herbert because, like I said, he's a baller. But I feel like I've seen more times where Lamar's all right, just put the ball in my hands. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna go get this dub. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just looking at the offenses now. I'm just looking at the offenses now, and I'm just gonna take Herbert just off the offensive caliber. Yeah, just the offense alone. I'm not QB to QB, but if you put Lamar with the Chargers offense, I'll pick Lamar.
Because they do got Austin Eckler, Mike Williams,
exactly.
Keenan Allen.
If you put Lamar Jackson on, man, even the Browns last year with those duo running backs, and when they had OBJ and Jarvis Landry, I think that's a completely different team.
Oh, dude, that team would be so good. Or throw Lamar on Dallas. I feel like Dallas.
It
went the distance, dude. It's all about your line at the end of the day. See how long they can buy you time. And Lamar,
you put Lamar Jackson with Devontae Adams too, that. What would that look like, right? But I guess that's Devontae Adams, right? He'll make a lot of mediocre quarterbacks go. I've loved talking about this, and I want to talk more football stuff coming up. We were going to have the draft coming up in 3 weeks, even. Maybe about 3 weeks-ish, or maybe it's exactly 4 weeks, something like that. Football's coming up, but right now we're all Suns all the time on this podcast because nothing else really matters. Oh, we forgot to talk about the Diamondbacks. Cool. Cool stuff.
Oh, God.
Cool stuff.
Phoenix Suns, baby.
All that matters is getting to 63 wins right now, and then nothing else will matter until game 1 of the NBA playoffs. He's on Fire podcast. We'll be back with you Sunday night. Thanks for tuning in. Rate, subscribe, review, all that fun stuff. Peace.
Looks up. And it is caught. Down strong. Blitz coming. Matthews. Palmer extending the play. Crosses the field. Larry Fitzgerald.
If he scores, it's over.
It's insane to the 4-yard line.
Crowder looking, throws it alley. Oh! He puts it down. He puts it down. They're getting a little wobbly. They're down for